A fantastic scene from Landman is going viral, and woke environmentalists are completely blown away by it. The oil industry in Texas is the subject of Taylor Sheridan's popular Paramount Plus series, which is excellent. Tommy Norris, played by Billy Bob Thornton, is a fixer for a large oil company. There is nothing woke about his performance in the role. He is excellent. The performance is purely amusing. Another storytelling masterclass from Sheridan. A must-watch sequence from the program is going popular on social media, in which Tommy teaches a lawyer about the folly of banning all gas and oil. Tommy and Landman seems to have been Sheridan's way of getting something off his chest. Hey everyone, hope you're having a good day. Before going to the main topic, I want to say like this video and subscribe to the channel. I think I've already seen the aforementioned clip a dozen times. It's incredible. It's becoming viral on social media. The aforementioned tweet has received over 6,500 retweets and over 2.6 million views. It truly raises questions about Taylor Sheridan's true feelings. Who should be surprised that he included this in Landman? In his past presentations, he has done the same thing. Yellowstone features several scenes similar to the one above, and Lioness preaches about the reality of terrorism. In fact, during an argument, John Dutton is renowned for having cooked a vegan. Although I'm not an energy specialist, I believe Tommy may have a point. Cutting off gas and oil entirely seems like it could have some dire repercussions. The mainstreaming of green energy in America may take over 25 years, according to some estimates. Folks, that's a long way off. Anyone who believes that the move can be done painlessly and swiftly is deluding themselves. In this regard, Yellowstone is outperformed by Taylor Sheridan's Landman, which is mostly a replication of another one of his shows, Tulsa King. From recurrent performers to their, often Western, locales, Taylor Sheridan's TV series all have certain characteristics. Landman is no exception. The West Texas setting is ideal for his penchant for neo-westerns, and it even has a sound like to 6,666, the planned Yellowstone spin-off. However, Landman has also distinguished itself in a number of ways, and one of these distinctions actually brings it closer to Tulsa King. From Landman's emphasis on oil drill workers to Mayor of Kingstown's concentration on the prison sector, Sheridan's broadcasts cover a lot of ground. This allows his programs to cover a wide range of moods and tones, and at any one time, they could turn into a slow-burning romance, a fast-paced action thriller, or anything else in between. However, Landman has flourished in a particular location where Yellowstone has previously been outperformed, and this is partly due to Billy Bob Thornton and the Landman actors. The show Landman exposes some of the most dismal aspects of the oil industry in a very grim way. An entire family was crushed in the first 2 episodes when the oil rig blew out, leaving 3 generations without husbands or dads. But that was only the beginning, as Tommy's handling of crises, which typically end in death or mutilation, is the foundation of the entire series. Fortunately, Billy Bob Thornton provides much-needed comedy relief in Landman, and he is fantastic. It would be nearly impossible to enjoy Landman and its frequent tragedies without Tommy's humor. In the Landman premiere, for example, Tommy cynically exclaimed, "I don't see no dead drug dealers over here," after discovering the plane wreckage. Similarly, Tommy paused for a cigarette and a Dr. Pepper shortly after he broke his finger trying to stop the blowout, turning it into a bloody mess. Tommy's wit made those scenes light despite their tremendous brutality, which could have easily been presented as a gripping drama like Lioness. Additionally, it prevented Landman's lighter subplots, such as the characters of Angela and Ainsley, from having a significant conflict with their roughneck narrative. But White Man Frady, Sylvester Stallone, in Tulsa King is the first lead character Taylor Sheridan made expressly to be humorous, therefore Tommy Norris isn't the first. Despite being a mobster who had personally murdered multiple people, Dwight was always willing to joke about or put himself in awkward situations that made him laugh. On 2 different instances, for instance, Dwight became inebriated and launched into a funny tirade on anything from the banned fish to lollipops. Tulsa King occasionally felt more like a sitcom than a criminal drama, and he frequently laughed around with the other cast members. In fact, Tommy and Dwight's humor in Tulsa King and Landman gives their shows a significant edge over Yellowstone. John Dutton, Kevin Costner. The show's primary character was never particularly hilarious, at least not until Yellowstone Season 5, Part 2. For the most part, he liked to make vague threats and discuss the future of his ranch and family dynasty in a serious manner. Though he can't match Sheridan's earlier, funnier protagonists, John's solemn manner worked for Yellowstone since there were enough characters to offer light relief, and the show is primarily regarded as an intense Western drama. There are certain characteristics shared by all of Taylor Sheridan's characters. They are consistently capable leaders who have a strong work ethic and a tendency to flout morality. However, Tommy and Dwight distinguish themselves by adding some brightness to their respective performances. Because characters like John or Joe in Lioness were a little too serious to be regarded as pleasant, they also happen to be some of Sheridan's most likable heroes. Landman might continue to stand out thanks to Tommy's humor, which Taylor Sheridan might need to launch a new series. And theirs is more. Since the premiere of the first season, anticipation for Lioness has been steadily growing. People are hooked on the show, and the series has quickly gained a following. Many people are wondering where and when they may watch the newest thrills in this action-packed drama as Lioness Season 2 Episode 7 draws near. This episode is going to have one of those action-packed moments where you'll be clinging to the couch seat. From the release date to the complexities of the upcoming episode, let's explore everything you need to know to give you an idea of why Lioness is such an engaging series. It might be best to review the Lioness idea for background information before delving into the specifics of Episode 7. The program centers on an enigmatic, elite military unit that engages in risky, clandestine operations. As she unearths perilous schemes that jeopardize national security, the protagonist, a feisty and astute agent, negotiates the dark waters of espionage, political intrigue, and military strategy. By exploring the psychological and emotional effects of such a demanding profession, Season 2 has continued to expand on the exciting story of the first season. The series is not only a fast-paced action thriller, but also a very human tale about sacrifice, devotion, and the price of duty, since it delves deeply into the characters' emotional difficulties, relationships, and moral quandaries. All things considered, Season 2's 7th episode is going to be one of the most intense. Major twists and revelations are likely to occur as the drama unfolds in this intricate series of political and military episodes. In terms of forming new alliances and relieving strain on existing ones, the episode will push each of these individuals to the brink. The movie's most anticipated plot centers on the lead actress's internal conflict as she attempts to reconcile her personal life and her country. She is constantly in danger, and every circumstance that challenges her makes it harder to distinguish between right and wrong, which makes the problem more complicated. High-stakes action, startling betrayals, and emotional confrontations will keep you riveted to the screen. Themes of sacrifice, treachery, and trust will recur throughout this episode, as they make difficult choices that will change the trajectory of their lives and the job at hand. The characters will have to face their worst fears. The stakes are high. The main characters' emotional journeys and personal development will be the main focus of this episode. Since the nuances of international diplomacy and espionage operations are constantly changing, 7 is likely to get incredibly heavy for the military and intelligence community. Political leaders' missions are balanced with the tight web of power they operate under through these ties. It won't take long for Lioness fans to find out what happens next. The release of Season 2 Episode 7 on December 5th, 2024 will provide viewers with an exciting way to start the month of December. The episode will be streamed on Paramount Plus and other cable platforms that carry the show for people who are looking forward to it. Episode 7 will be the ideal episode to go deeper into the universe of Lioness, regardless of whether you've been a fan for a long time or are new to the series. Set reminders, mark your calendars, and get ready for a thrilling, action-packed viewing experience. Since its release, Lioness has acquired a large following due to its potent combination of action, rich characters, and complex narrative. From the realism of a high-risk environment in clandestine military operations to the ability to skillfully combine political drama with personal suffering, there must be something driving the show's success. Another way that the series sets itself apart is through the multifaceted, multifaceted personalities it presents. Unlike many action thrillers, the Lioness series devotes a significant amount of time to examining the psychological and emotional costs associated with risky occupations, in addition to the action itself. What sets Lioness apart from other programs and draws viewers in is its harmony of action and nuance. You can anticipate more intense action, suspenseful scenes, and more complex character journeys as Season 2 goes on. The show has demonstrated its capacity to keep fans on the edge of their seats, and Episode 7 is sure to live up to that anticipation. With tensions between characters, missions, and global powers at previously unheard-of levels, the season is just getting ready for its dramatic finale. The main character's relationship with her teammates will also be further examined because they are under strain and their camaraderie and trust are put to the test. Furthermore, the moral conundrums they encounter while conducting the undercover operations will remain crucial since they offer insightful commentary on the complex moral issues surrounding espionage and national security. Lioness is a remarkable series that combines action, personal growth, and political intrigue in a new way. Fans can anticipate even more intense action and emotional depth as Season 2 moves into Episode 7, which will have them excitedly anticipating the following episode. For this pivotal episode of the series and its characters, the stakes are higher than ever. For a memorable viewing experience that will solidify Lioness as one of the year's must-see programs, make sure to tune in on December 5th, 2024. To sum up, Lioness is more than just a program about political drama or military operations. It's a compelling examination of the human condition that emphasizes the emotional toll that comes with leading a life of peril and secret, the difficulties of loyalty and trust, and the sacrifices people make in the name of duty. Episode 7 of Season 2 will surely make viewers reevaluate all they believe to be true about the people and the society they live in. 2 months remain until the release of Season 2 of Netflix's popular spy thriller series, The Night Agent, but we already know some important details regarding the 3rd season, including the addition of a cast member who is well-versed in the subject. Variety reports that Genesis Rodriguez, who starred in the Paramount Plus series Lioness, has joined the cast of The Night Agent Season 3 in an unspecified capacity. Netflix has definitely landed a big star for the 3rd season of the show, even though details about her character are yet unknown. Plot information for The Night Agent Season 3 are obviously unknown, as Season 2 hasn't even been released. Gabriel Basso plays FBI agent Peter Sutherland in the 1st season of the show, which is based on Matthew Quirk's book of the same name. Peter Sutherland has an apparently uninteresting job, sitting in the White House basement waiting for a dormant phone to ring. This phone finally rings one night, and as a result, Peter meets Rose, Lucien Buchanan, a cybersecurity specialist. The two then set out on a covert adventure that involves the Secret Service, the FBI, and the highest echelons of government. The show's logline states that Peter will be given an opportunity to become a night agent in Season 2 after the 1st season ended, but working in the covert organization of Night Action will propel Peter into a world where danger is everywhere and trust is in short supply. Sean Ryan, through his Mid-Kid Productions business, is the showrunner and executive producer of the Sony Pictures television series. Alongside Seth Gordon, Julia Gunn, William Sherrack, Paul Nainstein, Nicole Tassu, David Beaubert, Paul Bernard, Munis Rashid, and Guy Ferland, Mid-Kid's Marnie Hochman serves as executive producer. Rodriguez's role in Season 3 of The Night Agent is unknown, but she has experience in spy thrillers. Rodriguez has received praise from critics for his current portrayal of Captain Josie Carrillo in Season 2 of Lioness. As part of the CIA's covert Lioness program, it depicts her efforts to target a Mexican cartel. Nevertheless, it turns out that Josie herself has ties to the gang. Rodriguez has discussed the role's high physical requirements and even learned how to pilot a helicopter for it. Despite having a lot of star power, Lioness's debut season ended abruptly. Big celebrities like Morgan Freeman and Nicole Kidman are highly praised, but Zoe Saldana dominates the screen. But compared to a Wipeout alum, the 2 Academy Award-winning performers hardly received any screen time. However, that isn't the problem because I adore Gillian Wagner, who is completely believable as a fierce Black Ops soldier. It's a different season. As a CIA officer in command, Saldaña is absolutely electrifying. Now, though, she has a cast that can keep up with her ferocity on film. Spark soars with Kidman, Freeman, and Michael Kelly from The Penguin. The dialogue in the series, written by Taylor Sheridan, pierces an expensive government conference room table like verbal knives. The tension is evident, the stakes are bigger, and Lioness is even more impressive the second time. The CIA agent in command of the agency's top-secret Lioness program is Jo, Saldaña. Her task is to identify a target and enlist female agents capable of infiltrating prominent targets of terrorist organizations. They concentrated on opponents outside our borders last season, but this time the battle is being fought at home. This change occurs after a Mexican cartel kidnaps a congresswoman and murders her whole family after crossing the Texas border. Jo is dispatched to spearhead the rescue effort, but he quickly learns that there is more to the story than first appears. How are the cartels being used by adversaries like China and Russia? The Secretary of State, Morgan Freeman, is informed of this by Jo's boss, Caitlin Meade, Kidman, and CIA Deputy Director Byron Westfield, Kelly. Jo then targets a U.S. Army helicopter pilot, Genesis Rodriguez, who has cartel connections in an attempt to destroy the nation's most recent danger. An embarrassment of riches, Sheridan's Tulsa King, major error in the first season was failing to reinforce a tale that finally failed his actors. Only one episode from the previous season was shown to critics by Paramount+, and it appeared to be an army recruitment film aimed at a specific demographic. The first 4 episodes of the second season were aired for critics this time. This one is jam-packed with action, and the premiere, which begins with a bold shadow operation across the Mexican border, has elements of Sheridan's Sicario script. Sheridan, who also appears as a guest star, has a tendency to give himself the greatest lines, just like he did in Yellowstone. For example, he calls Thad Luckenbill's character Kyle, "Old Spy Barbie." Beware of the old soldier. The first episode is the best of the series and among the best the network has ever produced. Because of the recent trend toward highlighting the toll that war has on those who declare, "I love this country," and especially on them and their families, Paramount+'s Lioness is worth seeing. For example, Neil, played by Dave Annable, Jo's husband and a pediatric surgeon, is in risk since his work may come too close to home. But with more drones, technology, Black Ops spycraft, and none of the foolishness that comes with that Prime Video John Krasinski spy vehicle, Lioness starts to satiate a desire for contemporary military fiction. Although there are several moments in which Saldaña uses her M4A1 carbine to defeat the villains, some of the best ones are not of that type. Incorporating political intrigue and important decisions made at the highest levels of government with large, brawny, and captivating action is where Lioness shines. Tom Clancy would be pleased with this outstanding Zoe Saldaña vehicle, which represents the next wave of spy thrillers. Lioness succeeds by combining large, brawny, and captivating action with political intrigue and important decisions made at the highest echelons of government. This Taylor Sheridan series, which embodies the next wave of spy thrillers that would make Tom Clancy proud, features Zoe Saldaña in a captivating role. Let us know in your comments. And stay tuned by subscribing our channel to get more updates like this. Thanks, everyone.